Welcome back. It's Friday, August 3rd, 2023. It's another rainy day here in historic Rural Retreat, Virginia at the Hotel Orloff, and doing some organizing, kind of waiting for this sham of a Trump indictment here in a few minutes. I'm going to do a live stream when that happens. But I wanted to show you something that was kind of incredible last night while I was guest hosting the Four Color Fossils show. This really weird thing happened. Okay, let me. Okay, watch. It looks like Captain Strangeliffe hands me a book. You got to see this. Watch.
Oh, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Turn your phone sideways, though.
I'm closing down on my phone.
Are you closing down? Okay. Well, I'll go ahead.
Oh no, it's closing down.
Did you see that? That's pretty incredible. Let me rewind it in case you didn't see it. It's about 1 minute in to last night's episode.
I'm closing down on my phone.
Are you closing down? Okay. Well, I'll go ahead.
Oh no, it's closing down my phone.
Anyway, that's this episode here. If you want to see it, Four Color Fun live from the Hotel Orloff, number 821. It's got 194 views so far. And then later I'm going to be doing live coverage of the Trump indictment from the Hotel Orloff. And that's going to be in a few, as soon as I finish filming this probably. But anyway, let's see. Live in 37 minutes. I better do this show pretty quick because I gotta start that in 37 minutes. Let's see. Anyway, so how are you guys doing on this beautiful rainy Thursday afternoon? Yeah, it's afternoon. It's almost 12:30. So here's the right side broadcasting. Let's see. They're going live in 31 minutes. So anyway, here's Drew the dog. How are you doing, Drew the dog? Say hi to your fans. Well, okay, let's go upstairs and see what we can do up there. Oh, let me grab the tablet too. Oh, let me show you. Here in Rural Retreat, we have Christmas every August 3rd. Look what Santa Claus brought under the Christmas tree. So every day during the month of August, there's going to be a new present under the Christmas tree. That's just a tradition here in Rural Retreat that we have Christmas in August. We also have it in July and every other month. And we have Halloween every day. That's why you should move here to Rural Retreat, Virginia. Why am I? Oh, I was looking for the tablet, right? Drew, have you seen the tablet? Oh, there it is. Yes, indeed. All right. Okay, I've got to keep abreast of the news as we go upstairs to the comic book vault. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Santa Claus, for this amazing gift. I notice I'm saying amazing too much, so I need to turn that around and say astonishing and incredible and fantastic a little bit more. Gets to be obnoxious. Okay. Let's turn off the lights. Nixon now more than ever, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I noticed that, the Let's Go Brandon thing, the Democrats thought they'd be real slick and take that back and create some meme where Biden is a superhero named Dark Brandon who has glowing red eyes like he's one of the X-Men. And so this morning, they released this video where Biden is real serious drinking a cup of coffee. And he says, "I like my coffee black." And he sets it down, and it's got the picture of him with the glowing red eyes that says Dark Brandon on it. So he's like doing a little victory lap because he thinks he's got Trump down. But anyway, we'll be doing a historic live broadcast here in a little bit, watching the Trump indictment. This is what, the 47th time he's been indicted in the last month? I think so, something like that. Okay. Well, last night we did a special episode of the Four Color Fossils. Michael will be back before too long with the regular show, but I was there as a temporary guest host. It's kind of a summer replacement, and I had an idea to look at advertisements inside old vintage comic books, and thought that would make for an interesting episode. This magazine, Crazy, from Marvel, was actually not very good, but for the first like 10 or 11 issues, the ones that he's showing you here, the Nebbish, that's the name of this guy. This is a Kelly Frias painting. He did a lot of the early Mad covers. But anyway, the first 11 or 12 issues are actually really good. Don't judge it by later issues. Here's Crazy's Guide to Professional Wrestling. But I wanted to show you this because there's, speaking of advertisements, everyone knows the famous Charles Atlas ad that, you know, where the guy's having the sand kicked in his face on the beach. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. All right, I wanted to show you this parody of the ad. The bully starts by shooting a bazooka in the face of the weakling. Of course, he comes back and destroys the guy's head. And that was done by the incredible Marie Severin, one of my favorite comic artists. I just happened to stumble on a stash of Crazy magazines, so I thought I'd show that to you. Here's some more Marie Severin. Look at, they're in an old folks home with an aged Alfred E. Newman, an aged man, what do they call him in Huckleberry Fink? Is that what they call the guy in Sick magazine? And there's Sylvester P. Smith, the the guy from Cracked. Oh, look, the Joker runs the old folks home. Not just the Joker, but look, the old witch from EC Comics. Yes, Crazy was good up until a certain point. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway. What else do you want to see? Oh, here's another book I was showing last night, but I didn't show too much of it. This is a Johnson Smith Company used to advertise in comic books a lot. This is their 1935 catalog. But this is where you would you could order all kinds of incredible. I keep saying amazing. I realize I got that from a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago. He was always just saying, "That's amazing. It's incredible." He would always say amazing, and I just picked that up, which is a lot better than some of the other things he used to say a lot. Oh my gosh, look at this. I got this at a Demilitaria shop. It was a guy that used to set up at flea markets, and he would sell old uniforms from World War II and World War I and flags and weapons, and then he'd sell other things, memorabilia that could kind of go along with that, like old pinup calendars, and he'd sell comic books, anything, just kind of guy stuff. And he was an old Marine, and when he opened his own store in Arlington, Texas, I was there day one, and sometimes he would have stuff like this, a Johnson Smith catalog. I'm probably the only person that in Arlington, Texas, that would want to buy this, but of course, there's some politically incorrect stuff in here. Here's the Defend Yourself page. How to box, how to wrestle, how to hit someone with brass knuckles, and how to do jujitsu. Oh, look, the dancing skeleton. Oh, look, it's the gun that got Dillinger. Dillinger was a heartthrob, believe it or not. He was a guy that robbed banks, yeah, but women found him good looking. He didn't shoot people indiscriminately like Bonnie and Clyde would have. They just would shoot anybody. Dillinger, and people were upset at the banks because a lot of people lost all their money in the Depression. So a guy that was going after banks kind of became a folk hero. And when Dillinger was killed in front of a movie theater, this woman kind of sold him out, and she dressed in red, and so the police knew, okay, there's the woman dressed in red coming out. That's the girlfriend of Dillinger. She wore red so they could see, oh, there's Dillinger. So they shot him in front of that theater in, I don't know, probably Chicago, somewhere, I don't know. But women would come up and dip their handkerchiefs in the blood as a souvenir because that's how much of a star he was. There was a really good movie in the 70s with Warren Oates playing Dillinger because he looked just like Dillinger. It's really uncanny. Some of this art, look at that. This really looks like underground art. I mean, that looks like, what that looks like actually is a Tijuana Bible, which you probably don't want to know what a Tijuana Bible is. Look at all these rings that you could get. Here's a novelty French ring. Exploding cigarettes. U.S. double action revolver. I guess that's a working gun. $6 was a lot of money back then. Yeah, I think I showed you this. How to hypnotize people. Anyway. Johnson Smith. Whew. Well, put that over there. Look at this. It's Pee-wee's Color Forms playset. It's only thing is, I must have bought this at some thrift store, and it's just the box. Actually, I take it back. It does have the stuff on it. Yeah, all the little. I opened it up and thought, "Where's it?" But all the little people are on the playing field. I just realized that. There's the little Pee-wee. Color forms are what kids did before. He doesn't stick anymore. That's kind of a. Anyway. I'll let you have a better look at it. That was just a great show. I loved Pee-wee's Playhouse. Put that over here. Let's go ahead and here's the StreamYard show. Let's enter the studio. It says decent lighting helps you look amazing, which I never have. Let's enter the studio, and then I'll add myself to the stream. Okay. Yeah, we're about to go live. We're going to do a live coverage of the Trump indictment. See what's going on. We're going to be doing that here in when is this supposed to start? 21 minutes and 34 seconds. So please, alert the media. Thank you. Goodbye. Yes, indeed. Well, things are starting to get a little bit more organized here, but not by the standards of anyone that's sane, but to me it seems a little more organized. There's Morticia Halloween costume, and there's Saturday's Hero's favorite TV character costume. It's Spider-Man. And there's White Zombie mask. I have no idea what I'm pointing at, if you're even seeing what I'm pointing at. This is my childhood Planet of the Apes Halloween costume. So this is the mess that is accumulated on top of these comic boxes. Well, I don't know if you guys watched last night's Four Color Fossils show. I want to do Micah justice and do a decent show. I don't think the show. I guess it went okay. I think I went too long. I went like 2.5 hours with it. I could tell everybody couldn't wait to get off. Oh well. I'll learn pacing better as we go. Here's the Dracula wearable mask. Oh, we started watching. God, it's horrible. Renfield, this recent movie that's it's put out by Universal, so it's officially licensed. They can make Nicolas Cage look like Bela Lugosi, and they start with black and white footage where they've tried to make Nicolas Cage look like he's in the 31 Dracula movie. It's really bad though. Um, they have this horrible actress in it. I don't know if she was the Asian lady that was in those last few horrible Star Wars movies, or if she was in that really bad adaptation of the Marvel comic Master of Kung Fu. I've seen her somewhere before, and she's just terrible. I think she's some comedian. It's just a terrible movie, you know. It's um, what they're trying to do with it is make it like. Did you guys see the first Kingsman movie? The second one was not as good. The first Kingsman movie was like a revelation. It's like this wonderful, ultra gory James Bond movie, but like a vintage James Bond movie. It was fantastic. I loved the first Kingsman. Um, and the sequel was okay. They actually made a third one. It was a prequel, but it wasn't. It was very different. And apparently they're based on comics. But you know, sometimes there are movies based on comics, and you've never heard of the comics. Um, like Kingsman was based on a comic, and Kick-Ass. The first Kick-Ass was a good movie. The second one again wasn't good. That was based on a comic. I knew that was a comic when I saw it, but it was a comic I'd never read. And Men in Black was a comic, a terribly drawn comic that no one ever saw, but it was a comic nonetheless. So that counts as a comic book adaptation. And you know, I was oh well. I'll tell you a great. I was just talking to Gary Davis on the phone yesterday, and he had never seen Ghost World, and I told him, you've got to see this, man, because Steve Buscemi, however you pronounce it, is basically us, and to a large degree, and of course that's based on Daniel Clow's comic that was serialized in Daniel Clow's 8-Ball comic book. 8-Ball and Peter Bag's Hate. Those were great books that came out in the 90s. There was great stuff coming out in the 90s. It just wasn't being done by Image or I don't know. I just didn't like the art in a lot of these books in the 90s, and so I can't get past art. It's impossible for me to get past bad art. It's like when John Byrne left the X-Men, I kind of left the X-Men. It still had the same writer was continuing on, but I just kind of bailed. The art has to be on point for me to read the comic. I've had a request all the way from England to look at Fangoria, my Fangoria magazines. And I've got a lot of Fangoria magazines. I just got to find them. And she also wanted me to talk about movies in general, just like, you know, talk about some of my favorite movies. And I can talk forever about movies. You know, going back to the silent movie era. So, but that's almost like something I need someone on the show with me to kind of bounce off. Well, I wish my friend Tom was still alive, the guy that said amazing a lot, because we could really talk about movies, you wouldn't believe it. And he would watch movies, and sometimes the bad guy in the movie would become the hero to him, and he would memorize every line of dialogue. Like in the movie Dirty Harry, he loved Andy Robinson in Dirty Harry, who was based on the Zodiac killer in San Francisco. They call him Scorpio in the movie, but and they never caught him. But in the movie, Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, goes after basically the Zodiac killer, and he just thought that performance was great. He later met Andy Robinson in Hollywood and worked with him, I think, on something, because he later went to Hollywood. And here's Starlog. I'm looking at magazines here. There's some Cracked magazines. What does that say? The Spirit. Oh, that's where my Spirit magazines are. I should show those sometime. Got to hang this poster up. Let's put this over here. So many things I've got to do, but every day I'm getting closer to being human again. Sometimes, you just wake up and you don't know where you are because you're living on the other side of the country from where you used to live, and then you gradually get acclimated. Man, the Fangorias have to be here. Okay, that's I will find them. It drives me crazy when I can't find stuff, man. Yeah, I've got them all going back to issue 1 of Fangoria. Yeah, because right about the time that Famous Monsters of Filmland got bad and then went out of business, Fangoria started. Something? Oh, there was one photo in Fangoria that was so incredibly disturbing, because I don't know, how old was I when Fangoria came out? Like 16? I don't know. There was a picture from a movie called The Fury, and it was about these 2 psychic twins, I think. Anyway, I think they caused some guy to blow up, and they show this picture of this living room after some guy has exploded all over the room, and it's just like hamburger meat everywhere. And I just looked at that picture, and it was so horrifying and so real looking that, of course, Fangoria would show these close-ups of the gore from different horror movies, and a lot of times they'd show you clips that were never you don't see in the movie, because the ratings board, I'm looking through these boxes looking for, oh, that's some cool. I'm looking for, one of these days I'm going to look through one of these boxes and I'm going to find my all-star first appearance of Power Girl. It's got to be here somewhere. It's got to be. It's got to be. Man. If you save everything, eventually things become interesting. Okay, a bunch of Civil War magazines. I just found this book in there, which is a cool book. I'm going to show you this. Let me put it over here. Where are those Fangorias? I'm in the 3rd floor kitchen, which is not functional as a kitchen because it needs a refrigerator and a stove, and the dishwasher needs to be connected. Other than that, it would be okay. Let me so I've got some boxes in here. Let's see what's in these boxes. Maybe I'll luck into the Fangorias. Okay, what do we have here? Some sleeves for 45 RPM records. Um, oh, this is my collection of Dynamite magazine that you used to get at school. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. This was Marvel's imitation of Dynamite. I've shown you these before, but I have a feeling that was back several years ago when if you guys would like to see Dynamite, Bananas, and Pizzazz, I could do that sometime. Let's see what else we got here. Look, it's Linus the Lionhearted frame tray puzzle. Okay. Will we luck out and find Fangoria? I remember the Fangoria box is clearly labeled Fangoria. Ooh, look at what I found. Some Eerie Publications books. Why are they in here? What is going on? Where did these books come from? Okay. Some Mad, some crap. Oh, okay. Oh, some original sketches from X and O. Here's some Doc Savage magazines. Man, there's all kinds of stuff in this box. Sorry, this is not an entertaining show. Let me, I'll show you these books I'm just finding here in a second. I'm just trying to... set you over here. There you go. Okay, where's the lid to this box? Nobody knows. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. What's in here? Heavy Metal magazine. A bunch of heavy metals. Some music magazines. Here's a January 1983 issue of Pulse. It's got a Roger Corman interview, article on X, the band. Oh, this was the New Wave Bar in Dallas, Texas. The 80 Bar. That was a local Dallas magazine. A lot of music magazines in here. Yeah, I had to show you these. I bet you guys would be interested in this. Wow. Oh, wow. This. What? Yeah, there's some cool stuff in here. Come on. Where is my All-Star? Are you going to be in here? Here's a magazine called Uncle Fester. This is why I really like this artist. You can't even see, can you? This is, you still can't see. Anyway, just trust me, it's a great painting by XNO. Okay. So, this is, I'm sure, going to be the worst episode ever. But now I'm finding some good books, so there will be a future good episode. Oh, that's heavy. Are you Fangoria? No, you are not. This is... oh, look at this. This is Us Magazine when the Hulk first went on the air. July 11th, 1978. Comic book artist, comic book creator. Here's the 1976 Radio Shack catalog. We ought to go through these. Maybe I'll go through them while we're waiting for Trump to be indicted. Oh, a bunch of movie magazines. Yeah, I remember getting these from the late 50s. Okay. All right. I gotta label these boxes. Okay, so no Fangorias, but let's get these magazines into the other room. Where are the Fangorias is the question. Yeah. Now's the fun part, actually standing up. Oh, wow. I forgot they have a ceiling fan in here, man. I don't think I've ever turned the ceiling fan on. Yeah, you know, I don't think I have. They have some of these stupid light bulbs. Oh, look, there it goes. Is it going the right direction? It's going counterclockwise. And what's the direction you're supposed to go during summer? I didn't know that fans went two different directions until Captain Strangelove informed me of that. Because in Texas, people don't ever keep the fan going in different speeds. Okay. All right. All right. We've got some cool books to look at. Let's see. I'm supposed to go live. It says in 0 minutes. It says it's showtime. I'm supposed to go live. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me see if Right Side Broadcasting's already gone live downstairs. Where's my... Ow! Root beer. All right. Now I put some more books over here. Oh, yeah. So there's a few more books that are now in their proper place. This is kind of turning into a library in here. A library of sorts. Okay. I had 100 disc spindle of DVD-Rs, and I ran through all of them because people have been ordering Tomb of Terror, my television show, and so now my wife ordered another spindle of 100 from Amazon, and until then I don't have anything to record on, so I went down and found some blank disc in a spindle, and so okay. And I found a recording from 2012 with my dog Daisy, who passed away, and my cat Princess, who's no longer here, and where it's snowing outside back in Texas, and then there's a party where my friend Gavin, that's passed away, is singing and performing, and maybe I could show you that sometime if you guys are interested in old home video. But the disc was just in this spindle unlabeled. Okay, let's see what's going on with Right Side Broadcasting. It says live in 7 minutes. Okay. Well, while we're waiting, let's see what we can do here in this area. I was wanting to put this fan somewhere. This fan is from my grandfather's river house. He had a house on the Guadalupe River. In the late 60s, it flooded, and I remember going into it around 74, 75, and it was still all messed up, everything that was in that river house. But it was a beautiful mid-century house, but you just... Yeah, I would never want to live right next to a body of water. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. Show you what I'm doing. See this fan? If I turn it on, this should blow all through the lobby of the Hotel Orloff. They don't make fans like this anymore. These are beautiful lines of this. This is my father up here. Can you see that? I don't know if I'm actually, what I'm pointing at. Okay. And I found an extra comic book box. So, see what I can put in that. Yeah, that's cooling off the area. Live in 4 minutes. And then tomorrow night he's talking at some dinner somewhere. Yeah, everything the Democrats do just makes him stronger. Um, if this was a movie, you'd say the script is just not believable. This is just too fantastical. Everything. The last half a decade has been unbelievable. I can't even imagine, how degrading and insulting it was to all the to have to put on those things that you can't even talk about, and that did nothing, but they were just a test to see if you were compliant, if you'd be a good little subject, and to make you think there's some hope for you. Um, Someday, this will all be very interesting in history books if the right people write the history books. If the history books aren't written by communists, and I don't know. I don't know, man. Um, just unbelievable how much BS has been shoveled at us. But there's some sheriff in Georgia says that we're definitely going to mugshot Trump. Why would you mugshot Trump? So that people can recognize him? It's just to degrade him. Yeah. Because he dared to exercise freedom of speech. Oh, I think they're about to go live. How about that? Anyway, movies. I love movies starting with Georges Méliès, the French magician that figured out you could turn a camera off and then turn it back on, and and have the guy move, and it looks like someone disappeared. And he started doing magic tricks with cameras. Those movies are so great. And we're talking movies that are 130 years old in the 1890s. I love Buster Keaton and the. I never thought Charlie Chaplin was as funny as some people, but Buster Keaton was great. Not that I won't watch a Charlie Chaplin movie, but I just kind of thought, yeah, he's a little overrated compared to some of his contemporaries. Man, I love old cartoons, vintage cartoons. I love all kinds of movies. I love musicals. I like horror. I like stop motion animation, especially. You do stop motion at the end of the Terminator, the movie The Terminator in 1984, when there's stop motion animated robots. That was so great. And we went to see The Terminator, my friend Tom and I, with this older friend of his. This older friend, he was much older. He was probably about 15 years older than us, at least. Anyway, because he was reading Famous Monsters in 1963 when the King Kong issue came out. I remember he was saying what an important moment that was in his life when the King Kong issue came out, because he was doing stop motion animation like a lot of monster kids. Okay, here it comes. The arraignment's starting, or the coverage is starting. Okay, I press record. Oh shoot. No, I don't have it set right. Darn it. I have to change the setting. Anyway, he was going to go off to Hollywood and do stop motion animation, and his parents stopped him or something, but his friend went, and his friend was the guy that did the animation at the end of the Terminator. So that was something, because he was saying, hey, my friend made it, but I was never able to do that. So instead, I'm back here in the Dallas Fort Worth area, a huge movie fan. He was a very intelligent, cool guy. Anyway, let me set you down for a moment. Okay, I have to reconnect the HDMI cables in order to record off of YouTube. That should do it. There we go. All right, now I can press record. All right. Arraignment expected to begin at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 3 p.m. Central Time, because in Virginia we're on Central Time. Lately, I've been watching a bunch of old John Wayne westerns that are like free on YouTube, and because as the worse that modern movies get, the more I retreat back to the good old days. And a lot of old cartoons. My wife's been real interested in all these movies about Florence Ziegfeld, so we watched several, and she's about to get another one. I don't even hear the sound. Come on. Anyway, this is probably the worst episode ever because I'm not showing you things, but there's no sound coming out of this. Okay, so they're in Washington, D.C., which is when the judge that's been appointed in charge of his trial is a hateful lady, and she was appointed by what's his name? Obama. I have to think. Obama, yeah. And yeah, she'll throw the book at him. So anyway, so movies. It's such a broad topic. Um, um, yeah, I'd need to sit down with someone and talk, because it's like, what comic books do you like? What magazines do you like? There's just so many. Well, I guess they're just filming people in general. Looks like it's kind of a rainy day there. Um, well, I don't have anything else to say, so I'm going to go ahead and start my live stream. Take care, guys.